Welcome to a new episode of the Car Dealership Podcast, where this time we talk about websites, automotive platforms. We welcome Datamotive, the leading provider of car dealer websites in the Netherlands, who are expanding rapidly in Europe, starting in Belgium. We welcome Joost to the show, who can tell us more about it. Let's head straight into the podcast. Hello Joost, welcome to the Car Dealership Podcast.
Hey, Maarten. Yes, thanks for having me on your podcast. I'm really excited to be here.
Yeah, we're very happy to have you here. So I'm sorry I lost my voice a little bit because I've just been on holiday and I must have caught something on the flight back. So I'll do my best to be understandable during this podcast. But very happy that you are here. So perhaps to start with the first question, who is Joost and how did you end up at Datamotive?
Yes. As mentioned, my name is Joost Nieuwlaar. I'm currently working as a digital consultant at Datamotive. I've been in the automotive digital space for a little over 7 years now, working mostly with car dealers and dealer groups here in the Netherlands. But first, let me take you back a bit, just give you some context on how I ended up here. So my career started at Friday Digital Agency, which some people might still remember as web stores. Back then, I was a project manager and I was already working closely with our automotive clients. And my focus there was really hands-on, from improving website performance to rolling out new features and solving the daily digital challenges our clients were facing. And after a couple of years, I transitioned more to a strategic role. So I became digital consultant at the same agency, so the Friday Digital Agency. And that shift completely changed my view on what makes a digital solution truly valuable. So rather than working ticket by ticket, I started getting involved in the bigger picture. Answering to questions like what is a digital strategy, how can marketing teams make smarter choices, and most importantly, how do we turn a website into a tool that actually helps a dealership grow? So I began working directly with the marketing managers within the dealer groups, helping them boost their visibility, streamline their customer journeys, and getting more out of their digital tools.
Yeah.
So
But if you talk about Friday, it used to be called Friday, and then also web stores, and now Datamotive. But was Friday only active for car dealerships, or is Friday also active for other types of businesses?
No, they're also active in e-commerce. So they have big development and marketing teams working as a digital agency, delivering solutions to automotive and e-commerce, mainly B2B e-commerce. And we still deliver marketing to our car dealerships, and also development. But there, from Friday, we started with Datamotive, and we kept getting the same questions from our customers. So how do we get more leads? How do we know what's working? And why does it take so long to make a simple change? And we were solving the same issues over and over again. And that got us thinking, what if there's a better way? And that was really the start of what would later become Datamotive.
Mm-hmm. And with Datamotive, you focus fully on the automotive industry.
So we deliver all-in-one solution, a digital solution for automotive, based on the years of experience we have within Friday Digital Agency.
Yeah, exactly. But with what we see at Novaco, we are also working together, and so we have many mutual customers. And what I see is it's becoming actually more and more because it feels like whoever we speak to, they are all saying we're talking to Datamotive or we're already working with Datamotive. So it's really impressive to see what you guys are doing. And but what makes Datamotive unique? What is it? What is your secret sauce?
Yes, that's a good question. There are a few key reasons why dealers making the switch to Datamotive. That's because of our instant onboarding. So we don't have a setup fee. You can literally start the same day. So you can give me a call, and within 5 minutes, we will give you the login credentials to our platform. Also, key reason dealers switch to a platform is that it's customizable and easy to manage. It's built around proven best practice and is fully adaptable to your business. Also, beside that, we have a reliable support team. We're there from day one. And we deliver seamless integrations. So we make integrations with the dealer management system, lead management, marketing tools, but also AutoChat. And yeah, you can name it and we will connect it. So we always say we seamless integrate with all the integrations you need. And also one, and that's also one I want to highlight. That's our benchmark insights. With our platform, you always know where you stand and where you need to improve your platform.
Yeah. Okay. But if you look at, okay, you're live very quickly, you integrate with many people, so that's great. We also recognize that it's very easy to work together with you. But if I'm now a dealer listening to this podcast, what is it that you offer? What is the platform? What is the Datamotive platform?
Yeah, the Datamotive platform is a platform with three main modules. The first module is a high-performance website module. This is where it all starts. It's built with one thing in mind, and that's conversion. So you can build and manage your own website, integrate your vehicle stock, and enrich your listings with tools like listing calculators. But here's the thing: that's not about just about the listings. It's about what drives the results. So within this website platform, you have full control over your lead forms. So whether it's test drive bookings or trade-in requests or even down payments, you can tailor the experience to what actually converts. Beside that website module, we have our second module. That's our personalized customer portal. This is the place where customer engagement really comes to life. So you can users view their vehicles, their service history, update their personal details, but also book service appointments, all in one clean interface. And because we know who they are and what they've done, we can personalize the experience. Think like tailored website content, targeted offers, all based on a specific user's current vehicles and behavior. And the third module, that's one of my personal favorites. It's the intelligent workshop planner. This planner connects directly to your internal systems, like a system like Plan IT International, One Eye Automotive. Besides, we're pulling all the leasing data, previous workshop visits, and the user location to ask the minimum number of questions needed to get an appointment booked quickly. It's smooth, it's efficient, and all the customers love how fast it is.
Okay. So high performance website platform, great lead forms that convert, a personalized customer platform. You mean actually with that people can log in as a customer of the car dealership, they can see their cars, they can see the details of themselves, of their car, can adjust it, can see the history of the car, and also can make a booking straight from that portal.
Yes, and they can book a service appointment within one click. So we know all the information. His last visited a service dealer, and he only needs to choose a date and a time, and then he can book the appointment.
Yeah, okay, because you already know the details of the car, you know already the details of the customer, so
Yes.
there's a lot less questions that you need to ask. Yeah, interesting. And but do people actually do it? Because I think, of course, one of the issues is that when you're dealing with the dealership, you don't go to the dealer every week, so you perhaps forget your login, or you forget even that you even can log into the system. So how do you look at that?
We also connect with marketing automation tools to trigger the customers to go to the workshop planner. So we send them a trigger, your MOT. You need to do your yearly MOT check, or you need to do your tire change. And from that mail or as a WhatsApp text or message we're sending, the customer can click on a button in that mail and he lands on our platform. And you can also book an appointment within one click.
Okay, yeah, interesting. So it's also that you, based on your own marketing efforts, can trigger somebody to come to the website and remember that he can log in, and then you do that at the right moment when you see that they need an MOT or you need that they need a service, then you reach out. Yeah, okay,
We
interesting.
deliver those
And if you,
triggers to marketing
Mhm.
automation software. So we don't build a marketing automation software, but we deliver those triggers to tools like DeployTech and HubSpot, but also Max from UNIMIT.
Yeah, from you name it, yeah. Okay, great. And if you look at, I did a poll on LinkedIn to prepare for this podcast to ask car dealers what are their main concerns when they look at a website platform provider specifically for car dealerships. And what I saw is that actually number one concern is conversion. That's the top priority. So how do you look as a provider to conversion? What is your vision on it?
Yeah, I can tell you. Maybe it's better that I first tell you something more about our benchmarking and insights. Um, at Datamotive, we measure all the interaction with our platform. Um, and this allows dealers to compare their performance to the rest of the market in real time. So all those interactions with all platforms, it's all anonymized and based on millions of sessions across our client base. And what's powerful with that is you're not just seeing data, but you get insights you can act on. So with our benchmark, you can answer questions like, is my website attracting enough traffic compared to other dealers? And if not, that's a signal to invest more on search engine optimization or paid campaigns, or give you insights in which lead forms convert best across the market and how does mine compare. You might discover that a test drive booking performs 3 times better than a contact us forms. It's time to shift your focus. And yeah, to answer your question, we've seen that low conversion isn't about poor design of weak messaging. It's often the result of disconnected tools, limited insights, and the lack of flexibility to change your platform to a high converting one. And that's why our platform is designed differently. So you can think of Datamotive as a toolbox with specialist tools. It's like a box of Lego bricks. We give you all the components you need to build a high performing, conversion driven platform based on our best practices in automotive digital.
And
Uh,
if you look at like, let's say I'm a dealer group with multiple locations, multiple brands, and I've got a website that's already 5 or 10 years old, and I'm looking to replace it. How would you treat that? Would you look at us to say, okay, what is your current results, and let's look at getting them better, or do you have like benchmarks from your current customers that you say this is how you should perform, and when you go to us, this is how you do. How do you do that?
So when a customer chooses Datamotive, so we have an onboarding process. Within that onboarding process, we look at their current website, their current data, but also at our do's and don'ts and best practices, but also a benchmark data to build a new website to a high converting one. But yeah, you need to change it often to make little tweaks on the platform to get higher results and higher conversion. So, and that's why we deliver, like I mentioned, a toolbox filled with specialist tools to use these insights. You can continuously fine tune your marketing efforts, but also continuously improve the customer journey and boost your conversion rates. And that you can do that every single day because you don't need to make a change in the platform.
But with conversion rate, you mean from website visitor to lead or to
Yes.
booking? Or is it because I've been in the lead management business some time ago, and there, what I always thought was a pity that you focus on generating leads, and when the lead is generated, you throw them over the fence to a lead management system, and you don't have any view anymore what happens with those leads. So how do you do that nowadays?
So we connect to also lead management system to retrieve their data, and we can track the process from lead to sale. So we can connect the data from first visit on a website to sale. So we can also provide dealers with insights on how much test drive leads convert to a sale. and so we can fine tune the platform on what is driving leads, but also what is driving more sales. So ask a question of is a high converting conversion flow, but a conversion flow for booking a test drive is one who gets more sales than asking a question. So you need to fine tune those call to actions in your platform based on these results.
So what is the best best converting lead? Or is that a difficult question?
It's booking a test drive. That's the highest converting leads. Looking at leads, it's ask me a question, but the highest converting to sale is booking a test drive.
Okay, so to generate leads from website visitor to leads, it's ask a question. But the one that generates the most sales from the amount of leads is the test drive. Yeah, very clear. And is there like a difference with a test drive request for stock vehicles and new cars to be ordered? Because of course that's a big difference. That if you're in the market to buy a new car that you want to order from the factory, compared to a stock car, and I see that very often. That's quite difficult, you know. If you go to let's say Renault, you're a Renault dealer. You go to Renault.nl. You see the pages of the different models that are currently available. But some might actually go to their own Renault dealership and want to have the information there. And I think that's sometimes quite difficult because every dealer will need to build their own car detail page. And I'm not talking about stock. I'm just talking about the cars that you can order from the factory. So what is your vision on creating great product pages for the products that are currently for sale to be ordered?
With stock it's easy. You can integrate a test drive module for selecting a date and selecting a time. For new cars, is the car available, at which location it's available, and with the Datamotive conversion flow module, you can build forms also for test driving new vehicles to select availability, but also the location the vehicle is in stock. But when it's not in stock, we mostly work with Keep Me Informed. So the dealer gets the lead, and when the car is in stock, they can contact the dealer to book the test drive.
But when you want to, let's say you want to buy a car, you are a business, a fleet customer. You want to lease a car, you want to order one. You don't want one that's immediately available from stock, but you really want to configure someone. I think actually one of the hardest bits in the website business is car configurators, and that's I think perhaps something you don't have, I presume, a car configurator. But if you go to the websites of the OEM, then you come into a car configurator part. If you go to the website of a brand, a franchise dealer, they don't have that. But I can imagine that some customers that want to configure a car perhaps have a need for it. So is it then that you need to combine visiting the OEM website together with the dealer website? What is there the ideal situation?
I think when someone wants to configure a car, then you need to send them to the OEM website to configure the car. If they want to test drive or get a leasing calculation or finance calculation, then it's possible within the dealer platform. And because the configurators OEM has developed, it's how do we say it? It's very advanced, and it's easy to build a configurator our own. Maybe in the future it's possible to connect our platform to OEMs to also deliver this car configurator on the website. For now, I see the dealers link to the website of the OEM to configure the car.
Yeah, because the car configurators are actually quite difficult. If you want to, as a customer, you want to configure a car, it's quite difficult. You see which version do you want, but it's not really explained what's the difference between the versions. So I think actually that's a like sort of low-hanging fruit for website builders to do something with that. But on the other hand, why is there no great car configurator at the moment? Because it's very difficult. So it's also perhaps low-hanging fruit, but also very difficult. So So I can imagine that's like a very interesting playing field. But and in the Netherlands, I must say that if I look at the market, every market is now more and more focused on stock cars, on also used cars. Without used cars, you can't survive. That used to be different, definitely in a market like Belgium. In Belgium, the market was really focused on new and not on used. That has changed. Everybody is doing used now. If you look at the dealers in the Netherlands, how do they focus on new compared to stock cars? And stock could be new.
Hey, before we hop back into this conversation with Martin, imagine an AI communication layer seamlessly connected to your dealership systems. One intelligent platform that gives both your customers and your team instant access to the right information at the right time. Well, that's Novaco, short for the Nova Company. At its heart is Nova, the AI model behind it all, inspired by the Nova star. Bright when needed, invisible when not, just like a good assistant. On your website, Nova appears as the orb, a glowing, breathing chat bubble that invites customers to ask anything, anytime. But Nova is more than a website assistant. You see, with Nova Companion, she supports your team internally, answering questions using brochures, price lists, stock data, and more. Just instant answers for your team, saving them time and helping them focus on the customer. And with Nova Messaging, she connects with customers on WhatsApp and other channels, managing service updates, follow-ups, and appointment reminders, all in one professional flow. It's pretty cool. And yes, Nova Voice is coming soon, bringing the same intelligence to your phone system and completing the omni-channel experience. You see, customer communication is evolving, but with Novaco, you're not just adapting, you're setting the pace. Find out more at novaco.ai, that's Novaco.ai, and experience what's next. All right, let's get back to Martin.
Now, if you look at our benchmark, we saw enormous drop in leads on new vehicles, also on sales. So that's why our dealers shifted the focus to occasions. Yes, yeah.
I'm asking a difficult question with those new cars, perhaps. Yeah,
No,
I can
it's
understand
more
because
like
it's also a difficult subject. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a difficult subject, but yeah, we deliver the platform to our dealers or to our customers to build their own vehicle detail page, so they can adjust the information of those occasions and the possibilities to lease or finance a car. To build your own and adjust it to what the customer wants, and to build high converting pages, and to adjust it to where the market is asking for.
Yeah, exactly. You also, when we prepared for this podcast, you actually mentioned, and I also saw it on LinkedIn, that you have your AI assistant, your own AI assistant as well.
Yes.
Can you elaborate a bit on that? What is the AI assistant and what do you do with it?
Yes, so we have built a 24/7 virtual assistant that lives inside of our platform. Think like having a digital expert always by your side all the times. It's like someone who can help you update a banner, check your lead performance, or quickly navigate through the content management system. AI assistant is trained on all our documentation, our support tickets, or frequently asked questions. So it understands the context. It understands the context to give you relevant and accurate answers. And the best part of our AI assistant, it's answering the questions is for us just the beginning. We'll be able to say things like creating a landing page for this campaign, or set up a test drive form for the new model. So it's going to save marketing teams a ton of times for asking questions of repetitive tasks. A little side note, this assistant is meant for our clients, not for our end customers. Mentioned, the dealers often choose Novaco AutoChat to use as an AI assistant for end customers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a customer facing part, but yours is like if you're in the CMS and you're actually stuck or you want to get help, you could actually use the AI assistant to help you with creating a landing page or with doing things with your CMS.
Yes,
Yeah.
but also asking questions or taking those insights from our benchmark, your own dashboards to actions. And our goal with this AI assistant is to take those actions and change that within our, of edit it within our platform.
Yeah. Okay. But is it like you have like a ChatGPT kind of prompt where you say, Peugeot has got a new model. This is the model. This is all the information. Here you have the brochure. Here you have like the website of the OEM. Here you have the pictures. Create me a great landing page. And then poof, it starts working for you and it creates a page. Is that how it's working, or?
Yeah, that's how it's working. But also when you're looking at the benchmark insights and your own insights, and you'll see your conversion rate at a test drive booking is dropping, and you can ask the AI assistant, hey, why is my conversion rate dropping at a test drive booking? And can you help me to build a higher converting test drive booking flow?
Cool. But your benchmark report, is that like you have like your own statistics dashboard with benchmarks, or is it that you send your events to analytics and that in analytics you can see everything, or you have your own benchmark available within your tool?
So now we have our own benchmark, and all new customers we deliver a dashboard with their own insights. So from our own platform compared to the benchmark, so they can real time see their own insights and results compared to our benchmark.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So you have always your own results, and the benchmark is like the average result of your customers,
Yes.
of actually of the competitors. How are they performing, and how are you performing compared to them? But do you then compare the benchmark? Is that like franchise dealers of the same brand, or is it all the Datamotive customers?
For some customers, it's all the Datamotive customers. When we have more customers of one brand, we can also add a filter for brand. As I mentioned, it's anonymized. So when we have one Peugeot dealer, for example, it's not possible to add a filter for Peugeot. So then everybody can see, it's that Peugeot dealer.
Yeah, exactly. I understand. Well, it's very interesting. And if you look at another concern that when I did this poll on LinkedIn, another concern is integrations with other systems. So conversion is one, but integration with other systems is also another one. How do you treat that? Are you open? Are you closed? How should I see it?
We're very open. As I mentioned, we integrate with any necessary tool. Now, we often see in many dealerships that the digital tools operate in silos. So your website, you have your customer relation management, your dealer management system, your lead tools, the marketing platform, all function independently. Now, this leads to inefficiencies, double data entry, lost leads, and maybe also missed opportunities. And at Datamotive, we have built a platform with integration at its core. So we believe in a digital ecosystem that should work seamless with an environment, not as a patchwork of disconnected tools. What our platform offers is native integrations with the most systems. It's play, so you can easily add a new integration yourself. No developer needed. By example, the integration with AutoChat. It's like work to integrate to set up the integration. But we also build a flexible architecture that allows us to quickly build integrations when the integration doesn't exist. A good example is that we recently onboarded our first Belgian car dealership onto the Datamotive platform. And like many international dealers, they use a few different tools, things like lead management that weren't yet part of our integration library. Now, for us, that's the problem. So we deployed a brand new integration within a week, fully tailored to their setup, ensuring seamless flow of data from day one. No delays, no friction, just a smooth start. Tools they already trusted.
And if you look at the Belgian market, because you have your majority of the customers are from the Dutch market. Now you're moving also into Belgium, and actually we also received a new order this morning of a customer that was also getting a Datamotive website. So we have also
That's the same
you
dealer.
too, yeah, the same dealer. So I'm actually very happy that we also get to work with them. But of course, Belgium is multilingual. So that's, I think, for you a first that you have a multilingual country. Is it difficult, or is it something that you already prepared for?
Yeah, because at Datamotive from the start, we had the vision that we want to become the go-to digital platform for automotive businesses across Europe with one unified solution that helps them stay ahead and no matter where they are. So because of our vision, when developing this platform, we always had in mind multi-language, multi-integrations, and with that, we are prepared for expansion into European markets. So we can quickly build a website with the Belgian language, but also mixed within the French language.
Okay, but if you look at your vision, like is your vision that the Datamotive platform would be available in Spain, France, Germany, that you really integrate it rapidly into Europe the next years?
Yes, now Belgium is just the beginning. We're now preparing for expansion into another European markets, for example, Germany, but we're also looking at the Nordic region. And after that, we go to integrate with other countries like Spain, French.
Nice. Will you do that? Are you planning to then like have your sales team yourself in those countries, or do you have like another vision that to do it from the Netherlands?
No, I think our vision is to get our first customers within that country, and then move on to a local support team, also to meet their local needs.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, cool. Well, best of luck with that.
Yes.
So sounds like a lot of good plans for the next year. So you'll be busy. And if you look at another thing that came out of the poll, so the first thing was conversion. The other one was the integrations with different tools. So you also have a very good answer for that. The other one was if you work with a platform that delivers automotive retail websites, it could become quite generic, so that you have that all websites feel the same. How can you make sure that it doesn't?
No, at Datamotive, we take a different approach. So, as I said, our platform is like a toolbox filled with tools, but also filled with tools to help you design and build a unique and high converting platform, not a generic template. And that all starts within our teaming module. Within this module, you can create your own team using more than 80 configurable variables, from typography to colors, but even layout and animations. And beside that, you can enrich your team with an official brand identity tailored to the car brands you represent, whether it's Peugeot, Mercedes-Benz, Kia. Your platform will reflect the look and feel of the brand while staying uniquely yours. Now, I think a nice example is Imofrei Netherlands. Largest automotive group in Netherlands. They have a lot of dealership, of a massive dealer network, and represent 28 different car brands. They now have 8 Datamotive platforms, and they all look different, and all have their own identity, but are well converting.
Yeah, so it's of course also if you are a franchise dealer, you'll also need to conform with the guidelines of the specific brand itself. So of course the dealership is a brand, but they represent brands that also have guidelines. So I can also imagine that's also quite difficult to do. Like if you are a franchise dealer of multiple brands, perhaps depending on which brand that the customer is visiting or considering, that you want actually your platform to change. Is that also like if you are, for example, you are email-vrij. You do so many brands. You go to their website and you go to Peugeot, or you then go to BMW. Does then the feeling of your platform change?
So that's part of a teaming module. I think a great example is Nefkens. When you go to nefkens.nl, you see their own brand identity. And when you move on to Peugeot, the identity of the platform, of the identity of Nefkens is mixed with the corporate identity of Peugeot. So as mentioned within a teaming module, you can choose a corporate identity of a brand, and based on that identity, you can tweak it with your own logo. But we will update it based on the guidelines from Peugeot. So when Peugeot changes his guidelines, we will change it in our teaming module, and within minutes, your platform is changed based on the new guidelines of, by example, a Peugeot or a BMW or an Audi.
Yeah. So the brands actually are in contact with you, and you actually make sure that the dealer is helped in a way that it's just done for them. They don't need to think about it themselves. Yeah, that sounds fantastic. Yeah. So perhaps 2 more questions. So if I ask you, what is the future of online automotive in your area? How do you envision the future? How does it look like in a few years from now?
Yeah, that's a great question. And I think most of the listeners will recognize this, that the automotive sector is under pressure. Margins are tighter. The vehicle supply has become unpredictable. And looking at customers, they have changed their way they behave. They're more critical, more value driven, but also more digital than ever. On top of that, you got all those new technologies coming in fast, like AI, automation, connected car services. It's easy to caught up in the hype, but here's the truth. I think that AI without good data is just noise. Dealers need to improve the foundation and then unlock the intelligence. So after 4 years, I think that that AI will explode in the next few months.
I agree. I think that like if you look at it, how I see it is actually like AI without system integration. That's then you have AI that's very smart, but it's blind. But systems without AI are passive. So the combination is the only logical solution. You need to connect the AI to systems to become to not be blind, to know what they're talking about, and you need to connect AI to systems so that you make them active instead of passive. Because that's where the world will go. So I agree with you, and I'm also very curious. What will happen in the next few years? And I think also when you look at the cooperation that we have, that we'll also together need to discover that and try out things. And luckily, we both have that attitude to say, let's try things and see what works and what doesn't work. So nice to hear that you share that vision.
Yeah, and I think that dealerships that will thrive in the next phase that aren't the one that use the most tools, but I think that are the ones that bring everything together, in a smart, integrated way. So, to answer your question, where do I think where automotive digital is going within the next 4 years? I think it's going from complexity to clarity, but also from the fragmentation, as mentioned, to orchestration. And from those vanity dashboards to real data-driven action. And that's the direction we're building towards at Datamotive. And I really believe that's the way. That's where the industry needs to go.
Yeah. Well, you have the right attitude and the right vision. So I'm happy to hear that. So last question. If you look at car dealers today, and many already work with you, definitely in the Netherlands, and hopefully very soon also in Belgium and other markets. Many also don't yet, or they don't even know you yet. So I hope perhaps this could be a first connection with you as well through this podcast. But if you look at car dealers in general, and you need to give somebody one piece of advice that they are now listening to this podcast and they want to take something away where they say that based on your experience, what is the number one thing you would give as advice to car dealers listening?
I think the number one advice, as mentioned, is to integrate the tools to create the best customer journey. Like, how do I say that? It's like add personalization to your platform, so know customer, it's like I mentioned with the workshop planner. It's like who your customer is, and adjust the platform by recognizing your customer.
Yeah, exactly. But indeed, that's more easy when you're logged in. But indeed, when you're not logged in, it's your answer was earlier in this conversation. Use like marketing automation to create a user experience that you actually know who it is. You bring them to the platform, so that then you can also deliver a very personal experience towards that website visitor.
Yeah, I mean, you can also do it when you ask a customer for his email address. And you can also retrieve all the data based on his email address. You don't need to show it because you can do it because of the GDPR guidelines, but you know all the information, so you don't need to ask those information to him. And that's a way you can, with all this integration, it's a simple way to create personalization and only ask the customer the information needed.
So when you receive like one piece of detail, you recognize the customer, you don't need to give all the details that you know of that customer, but you actually don't need to ask more questions.
No, and we
know you.
We often see that in e-commerce, but we don't see that in automotive. So here in the Netherlands, it's easy to connect the license plate with an email address, and we get a lot of information for this customer. And the same we can do internationally with chassis number, an email address, a phone number. And when we have those information, we don't need to ask the customer for his name, for his address, or information like that.
Yeah. So convenience is what it's all about, and the personalization. So it's been very insightful. It was a pleasure having you here on the podcast. If people want to get in touch with you, what is the most easy way for them to do that?
I think the most easy way is to send me a connection on LinkedIn, or you can go to the Datamotive website, and also my contact details are on the website, or you can book a demo.
So what is the exact URL? Datamotive.nl?
Yeah, datamotive.digital. That's our website. When you go to .nl, you get the Dutch website. That's for the
digital. Yeah, exactly. Well, perfect. Well, thank you very much, and wish you all the best. And I would say in half a year from now or something, let's record a new podcast and see how you guys have progressed in all those months. So it would be a pleasure to have you again. So thank you for today, and speak to you soon.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.